Hello, welcome to the podcast. This will be the second podcast, and today we're going to be exploring the themes of loneliness through books like Anxious People by Frederick Bachman and Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. So huge part of loneliness usually involves suicide, and I just want to say, like, that's never the answer. Just there's always people that are going to be there for you, and you should look at the bigger picture of what God wants to do for your life and how He's present throughout your life, and let Him like take control, let him guide you through it. But let's open it up. Anxious People, it shows a lot of characters who struggle through loneliness, and kind of the huge, or the main part, you could say, it's gonna be the bank robber. He's, or she, hopefully I don't spoil it for anyone, but she's isolated from her husband because her husband cheats on her with a coworker, and now she's like kind of isolated from him, and her kids are about to get taken away because she doesn't have anywhere to live, so she tries to rob a bank to try and save her kids. But and this kind of makes her make a bold decision of going into a bank and just trying to steal money from it, and that could put you in prison for a very long time. And I think when people are lonely, they start to make like these really weird, bold decisions. Another example of that throughout the book is Estelle. She's an older woman, and at the apartment viewing, people thought that she was just another person looking for an apartment, and that her husband was down in the parking garage. But her husband's actually deceased, and she just wanted to see people on New Year's, which is another weird action that I don't think anyone has done, where they invite people to their apartment to just see people. And I think loneliness is a huge part of human happiness, and just if humans don't have that kind of connection with people, we struggle to like maintain, and we like struggle to maintain a good consciousness, and we start to get disconnected. So also kind of opening the book, but it doesn't really dive into it, is it's gonna be the man on the bridge, and he didn't really have any support from the world. He tried to get a loan, and Zara, she's a bank owner, she didn't give it to him, but he eventually ended up killing himself because he felt disconnected, like the system wasn't trying to help him out. But this kind of transitions into Everything I Never Told You, because Lydia, she is very disconnected from her friends and from her school, and she is kind of faking her life to make her parents happy. She's always experiencing extreme pressure from her mother to be smart and to and just like keep getting smarter and smarter. And while on the other side, her father is also pressuring her to make friends. But this theme of loneliness is kind of also the reason that Lydia feels disconnected is going to be from Marilyn and James, because Marilyn tried to become a doctor, but she failed because she had Lydia, and that was kind of like her main goal, her main dream. And then James also kind of failed at what he wanted. He wanted to have friends, he wanted to socialize with people, and now that they had their own kids, they're trying to live their life through Lydia and through their own kids. And I feel that when they're trying to live their life through Lydia, that she kind of feels disconnected from her parents because they're not showing her like genuine emotion, and they're just showing that they want rather than what Lydia wants. And throughout the book, the cops and some people kind of just presumed it was suicide. And throughout the book, as a reader, you could see like, hey, there's a lot of signs, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stress that is added to this girl that was unnecessary, and that kind of gives you a basic answer like, hey, yeah, maybe she did kill herself, and that's just how it was. But in the end, it's found out that she just wanted to try something, and she ended up drowning. But just suicide's never the answer. There's people who will always care for you, like Psalms 34:18. Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit. And kind of lines up like, even if you think you have nothing, God will always have you. God's on your side and he's rooting for you. But always just kind of like make sure you get help others to be compassionate. And shout out my English teacher. He gave me this man. He's a great man. Viktor Frankl. He went through concentration camp in World War II, and his kind of mentality was, hey, I'm living to survive. I don't want to die today. I just want to live another day, because he knew the value of life, and he genuinely suffered. He went to Auschwitz and eventually was transferred out, but he was separated from his wife, from his family, and he kind of battled just trying to get to the next day. And he has this video, somewhat like a podcast, but also like a lecture. And he talks about how the people in this generation just they don't suffer like he used to, and it's kind of making weaker mentality people, because when something doesn't go their way, they instantly try and like shut down and then give up, while he was seeing death on a daily basis and barely getting anything to eat, and he was battling every single day. And I just think that people now just don't see like the deeper value in life. And I think that's a huge thing that we all should see, that life has a huge value. Life's just a huge value, and there's always people who will be there for you. And kind of going back to Anxious People, that when the bank robber and when the other characters started sharing their emotions, they started to connect and they started to come together. And that was a huge part in the book, because the people in the apartment allowed the bank robber to get out of the building without getting in trouble, so she could start her life. And just this kind of camaraderie, the camaraderie that the characters brought, just kind of brought a genuine connection to the people. And it drives away loneliness, because people need that human interaction, that good, actual, genuine love. And this is also shown in Everything I Never Told You, because her brother and sister, Nathan and Hannah, they have like deep sorrow for her, and they didn't like really ever come close with her and like show them genuine love. But when she died, they realized like how important they were to each other, and Nathan and Hannah got really close. And I think it strengthened their bond and probably removed loneliness. And I think it also changed Lydia's parents to be like, hey, we should want what's best for our kids rather than what we want for them, and like us trying to live our lives through them. And I just think that when humans have that genuine connection, that we live a lot happier lives. And I wish a lot of people would see that, because a lot of people are just killing themselves over simple things, and there's plenty of people who love and just want you to be the best version of you. And I wish more people could see how valuable life is. I always think if you're ever sad, just try and get help, try and talk to someone. It's better for you to be alive than dead. And I hope that everyone just tries to live to their best and does their best without giving up. That is podcast number 2. I hope it's a deep message. I hope it connects with whoever's watching this. Just try it. Just try and battle through it. I know you got it. We know you got it. God knows you got it.